Across the vast and diverse continent of Africa, spiritual and religious beliefs are deeply interwoven with the fabric of everyday life. These beliefs provide a framework for understanding the world, coping with adversity, and seeking healing. It is no surprise, then, that they also profoundly influence how mental health is perceived, experienced, and addressed. For many Africans, mental distress is not solely viewed as a medical or psychological issue, but is often understood through a spiritual lens. Traditional beliefs often attribute mental health challenges to supernatural causes such as ancestral wrath, curses, or spiritual possession. While these explanations may seem at odds with modern medicine, they reflect a deeply rooted worldview that emphasizes the interconnectedness of the physical and spiritual realms. As a result, individuals experiencing mental health issues often turn to traditional healers and religious leaders for guidance and support. This spiritual dimension of mental health in Africa presents both opportunities and challenges for modern healthcare systems. Understanding these complexities is essential for developing culturally sensitive and effective mental health interventions across the continent. It is important to avoid imposing Western models of mental health care that may not resonate with the lived experiences and belief systems of African communities. Instead, a more nuanced approach is needed, one that recognizes and respects the influence of spiritual beliefs while promoting access to quality mental health services. The intersection of spiritual beliefs and mental health in Africa presents a number of challenges. One significant obstacle is the misattribution of mental illness to purely spiritual causes. This can lead to delays in seeking appropriate medical treatment, as individuals may prioritize spiritual remedies over evidence-based interventions. Furthermore, some traditional practices, while well-intentioned, can be detrimental to mental well-being. For instance, certain rituals aimed at exorcising spirits may inadvertently exacerbate psychological distress. Another challenge stems from the stigma associated with mental illness in many African societies. Openly discussing mental health issues can be taboo, leading individuals to suffer in silence rather than risk social isolation or discrimination. This stigma is often reinforced by cultural beliefs that view mental illness as a sign of weakness, a punishment from God, or a manifestation of ancestral displeasure. Consequently, families may attempt to address mental health challenges internally, further delaying access to professional help. The lack of accessible and affordable mental health services in many parts of Africa exacerbates these challenges. Inadequate funding, shortages of trained mental health professionals, and limited infrastructure create significant barriers to care, particularly in rural areas. This scarcity of resources further underscores the need for innovative approaches to mental health care that leverage existing community structures and belief systems. While acknowledging the challenges, it is crucial to recognize the positive role spirituality can play in mental health. For many Africans, faith and spirituality provide a source of strength, resilience, and comfort in the face of adversity. Religious communities offer vital social support networks, reducing feelings of isolation and providing a sense of belonging. These networks can be particularly crucial for individuals experiencing mental health challenges, offering a safe space to share their struggles and receive encouragement. Spiritual practices such as prayer, meditation, and rituals can also serve as valuable coping mechanisms for stress, anxiety, and depression. These practices can foster a sense of peace, hope, and connection to something greater than oneself, promoting mental well-being. Moreover, traditional healers and religious leaders often possess a deep understanding of their community's cultural and spiritual contexts. Their insights and guidance can be invaluable in addressing the spiritual dimensions of mental health. Recognizing the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit, some traditional healing practices incorporate elements that promote holistic well-being. These may include herbal remedies, dietary recommendations, and spiritual cleansing rituals. While further research is needed to evaluate the efficacy of such practices, their cultural significance and potential therapeutic benefits should not be overlooked. To effectively address the mental health needs of African populations, it is essential to bridge the gap between traditional beliefs and modern healthcare systems. This requires a culturally sensitive approach that respects the role of spirituality while promoting access to evidence-based mental health interventions. Collaboration between traditional healers, religious leaders, and mental health professionals is paramount. By working together, they can provide holistic care that addresses both the psychological and spiritual needs of individuals experiencing mental health challenges. Training programs for healthcare providers should incorporate cultural competency training to enhance their understanding of the interplay between spiritual beliefs and mental health. This includes educating healthcare professionals on the importance of respectful communication, active listening, and avoiding judgment when interacting with individuals from diverse cultural and religious backgrounds. Furthermore, community-based mental health programs that integrate traditional healing practices and spiritual resources can be highly effective. These programs can leverage the trust and respect accorded to traditional healers and religious leaders to reach underserved populations and reduce stigma. Public education campaigns are crucial for raising awareness about mental health, challenging stigma, and promoting help-seeking behaviors. By framing mental health within a culturally relevant context, these campaigns can encourage open dialogue and reduce the shame associated with seeking professional help. Ultimately, bridging the gap between spiritual beliefs and modern mental health care in Africa necessitates a multifaceted approach. This includes addressing systemic challenges, promoting cultural understanding, and fostering collaboration between diverse stakeholders. By embracing both traditional wisdom and scientific knowledge, we can create a more inclusive and effective mental health care system that meets the unique needs of African communities.